Gangers, how do you feel about Andrew Yang and this SNL guy who was making fun of Asians? Okay, let's unpack this. If I skip around, I apologize. I do not have any notes this time because no stats. Anyways, okay, so when it comes down to the way that Andrew Yang handled this, I think it was very presidential. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, he's showing that he's willing to move beyond his comfort zone to teach somebody else. Um, Extending an olive branch. I like the fact that he wasn't quick to rush into a tweet war like somebody I won't mention. I like the fact that he was quick to have sympathy for the comic in his situation. Um, and he wasn't quick to rush to anger. And I think those are very important traits for somebody to have as a president. Because you're not only there to, try and push agendas, but you're also here to unite people. And when it comes to certain people, because I've heard a lot about this topic, and a lot of people were like, oh, it's just jokes. We're going to get to that later. But, they were like, oh, it's just jokes. It's not a big deal. And then you have other people that are like, that's highly offensive. And so with him handling it the way he did, he might be able to bridge the gap so that some people might understand. Now, we're going to move into why it's offensive for those of y'all who don't get it. There are a whole bunch of people of color in this country, and many times we are made to feel like we are not real Americans, like we really belong here. It's almost like getting, an honorary degree from Harvard, but you didn't really graduate. You get me? And it could be in one of a few ways. I know with black people, you have like a whole bunch of laws and things that are aimed towards us, but not so much other people. I know I've heard a lot of Asians say that they are basically put in a position to where people think that they should be seen and not heard if they're seen at all, and that they should kind of stick to themselves, stick together, and then they're also like called by the wrong, I don't even know how to say it, like if you're Japanese, everyone's calling you Chinese, so it's like you're disrespected, you're treated like a second class citizen. We're not even going to get to Spanish people right now with all that they're going through. So a lot of times when you have people who feel like their identity as an American is challenged, and then someone wants to come in and start mocking you, your race and your heritage, yeah, that's going to hit you in a very sore spot. Okay. Me personally, I used to deal with those feelings through my, I was never a comic, but with my sarcasm and my humor. I knew that when I walked in, people thought I was stealing, or people would think just different crazy stereotypes about me. So I would just joke about it, So I get the whole humor thing, and I love humor about situations to where you can bring things up to talk. However, what that man did was not, he went way past humor and jokes. Not that it's right. If you choose to do that, you better do it correctly. Otherwise, everyone's going to be mad, and it's on you because you shouldn't have done it. It takes a special kind of comic. One example would be Lisa Lampanelli. She was the queen of mean. I mean, I absolutely love Lisa Lampanelli, and she made fun of every shred of identity that I have. I love her, but she makes fun of everyone equally. She doesn't just pick one race and just stick it with her. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, whatever. She was going to get you, and she was hysterical. And I feel like the way that she did it, in a weird way, kind of brought everyone together because we were all laughing about our differences. So that's one example, in my opinion, where, racism was done right. If that's even possible, I don't know. But She was hysterical. But then you have what he did, and it wasn't even so much jokes. He was like mocking and making fun. I mean, the video went on forever. I only saw clips of it, and I was like, wow, like it's not even jokes. It's not even like stand up. He was just literally mocking the culture. So I understand why Asian Americans, if that's even correct, because if you're born here, you're just plain American, you're not Asian American, but people from Asian who have become American, Asian Americans, um, all of them, everything that falls under that umbrella, let's put it like that, um, might be offended because that went way beyond jokes, which, like I said, if you want to take that route, be careful. But it put it into a very offensive place, and I certainly didn't appreciate it. I realized I wasn't even breathing when I was listening to it. I was so horrified. Um, so I completely get why there's like half there. It's half and half. I've heard some bloggers who were like, okay, well, Andrew Yang is, he's dealing with it in his way. He's very, lighthearted. Doesn't really get very angry. He just kind of keeps moving, which shows that he can go up against Trump. Because Trump gets under people's skin real quick. They lose their footing. They don't know how to deal with it. This is one way that Trump would not be able to get. Andrew would just shake him off. He would just kind of shimmy Trump. Like, whatever. I've heard them all. Doctors, we're good at math. We have to study. Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyways, the American people, what can we do? That's how Andrew Yang is. You know, he doesn't have time for that. He's like, let's cut to the solution. And his solution was trying to bridge the gap by having a conversation. And I hope he records it and puts it out there and it could be a learning experience. So that's how I definitely agree with. But I will not say that the people on the other side who are offended and didn't like the fact that he didn't address it, your feelings are valid. Okay? I'm not going to tell you that you are wrong because one, I'm not of Asian descent, and two, these are your feelings and you are allowed to have your feelings about the situation. Now, I would hope that it wouldn't be so much to where you lose all respect and don't want to vote for him. If you do, that is your decision, and I respect that. But I would only urge you to think about the fact that he is running in a race, and his route is solutions, not drama. And so, because I mean, in the street, yeah, like we could say that to my face, and we could get into it. But you're on a presidential stage where you are going to be criticized for everything you do, and he can't react like a real housewife. He can't. So I would just keep that in mind because I've heard a lot about it, and like I said, I understand that like they had Obama hanging from nooses. They had things where they posted him in lynchings. They were calling him the N word. I mean, I get it. I get it. Like there were times I was like, why won't he cuss him out? But I mean, it's just not a good look for someone running for president. So, and now that I'm older, I definitely respect his ability to keep his temper in check and not go low. As his wife said, when they go low, we go high. Mine is, when they go low, we kick their ass, but whatever. That's why I'm not running for president. But that's exactly why he should be running for president. Anyways, I just wanted to, one, let my friends of color know that, when things like this happen and you always feel like you have to just take it and not say anything, say something. That's completely fine. You're valid in your feelings. And I mean, this goes for everybody. I mean, it wasn't just people of Asian descent who were offended by this, because I know I was offended, and I have plenty of white friends who were definitely horrified. So it's good to see that in general people were offended. But now we got to move, not move past what he's talking about, but how are we going to move from here to a place of better understanding? You know? So, everybody, have a wonderful day. Hit me up down below. Let me know what you think about it. Let's all just have a wonderful day.